is Waiting on God, the original soft life.
Hello. That recording was made some early hour of the morning. Why I did is because I got up, might be to use the bathroom. The thought passed my head. And instead of trying to find a book to write it in, I had my notebook there. But from previous experience, I write things down next morning. I can't even understand what was written. I decide to record it. And that is, let me say this. Earlier, I don't think it's that day or but few days before, I was talking with my daughter. I can't remember how the conversation went, but they started talking about the soft life, what it entails. And she was telling me, well, when the younger people describe a soft life, what they really meant. And then she said, oh, well, mommy, you live in a soft life. I said, really? She said, yeah. She said, you don't have a job. I used to be traveling where you want to travel when you want to travel. She said, that is a soft life. I said, okay. And I know for a fact it went into my subconscious mind. Me, soft life, I didn't see it. And that's why the Holy Spirit gave me that thought. Just as I got up, maybe 4 o'clock in the morning, the place was dark, and said, Waiting on God is the original. So in today's video, I would like us to talk a bit about it. Welcome to the channel. My name is Paula Simon, a believer who's on her 3rd or 4th pivot in life. Just seeking God's guidance and waiting for Him to tell me what next to do. All right, we're hearing it all along. People say the soft life, the soft life, soft life. And I want to feel that come about because of the hard life. Persons are burnt out. We were told since you were young, you got to get this job, you have to get this promotion, you got to get a corner suite, you have to do this, you have to do that. And if someone is not exhibiting this way of succeeding and striving for a next position or a next degree or whatever the case may be, they are considered not ambitious. Society do not have much patience or tolerance or understanding for people who's not trying to get something more. Okay, if you have a medical, physical problem or you have a mental problem, well then. But if you don't have those 2 things that they will consider an excuse, you're supposed to be striving for more. And then if you don't, you're lazy or whatever the case might be. But I could remember a couple years ago, a mighty long time ago, where I was in a car with someone and she was reading a book, and I'm so sorry that I never did get the name of the book. But what she explained for me, she said, the writer said, when we consider some people lazy or they're not ambitious, he said, remember, we were not created to be part of this rat race we're in. We were created to be hanging out in a garden. And as a believer, we know that. He said, some of us have that garden gene still in us. So although we're part of this world, which we have to because of sin and all of that, we still inclined to resort to the garden behavior, the garden way of living that we were originally created for. But that would be the person who just comfortable being in the parents' basement. They got a little job and they said, oh, Michael could do more than what he's doing, or why is Sharon still working at the supermarket? She's so smart, she could do more. Sharon is just comfortable being at the supermarket. Providing this is a person who is not like sponging off of others or by deception or robbery trying to get people over of their stuff. They're just comfortable, just cruising along, because that is how we were created to be. But as I said, because of sin. So when I listen to this thing, leaning on God or waiting on God is the original soft life, it makes me start thinking. I don't know from your experience. I know from mine personally, and I had the opportunity, I would say the opportunity to be in a career for years that I had to interact with other people. I will see like their finances. I will be helping them to achieve whatever financial goal they have. And I observe it that they have some people who would, because they get so entrenched in, you have to get more, you have to get more, you have to get more, you have to get more. You will find them trying to, oh, I better go back to school to get another degree because they're hoping to make more money, without even taking note that making more money doesn't actually mean you have more money in your pocket or disposable income, because more money will entail taxes, social security, all kind of other stuff. And then in the process to get the more money, how much you sacrifice in time that you will never get back. We could always make a next dollar. Since this video started, who knows, around the world, somebody might be lose millions on the next set or in billions. But you know what? We cannot get back the 6 minutes and 13 seconds. I just watching the phone. The 6 minutes and who knows, 18 seconds now. We cannot get back that time, but we could make more money. Now, in the process of us trying to do what society tells us to do, and we trying to achieve more, and you got to get a house, and you got to get a car, and you got to do this. In order to get these stuff, it costs us a whole lot of stress, a whole lot of time, and then when we get it, we have to invest more stress and more time in order to maintain it. That's why we frazzle. That's why we have so much health problems. You know, there might be accidents on the road because people are tired or people so stressed they resort into other things like drugs in order to keep them awake or whatever the case might be. While a soft life is what we were designed for. I don't know about you, but I know about me. Is that for years I was part of, I could say, life. I wouldn't say it's crazy because this is how the world is, until I realized that I don't want to be part of it. Your situation might not be like mine in the sense that you're going to walk away from everything you build and decide to just live out a suitcase like what I'm doing. But what I'll advise you is to look at your life and see if do I need to do this more? Do I need to try to get a second and the third shift? When you sit down and you watch it sometime, the math, really and truly, it does not make sense. Because for the extra, who knows, 20 hours or whatever you work, you might just get the extra $300. Although it look initially that is a whole lot more, but when you see IRS start getting into you and Social Security and all that, you really and truly realize you didn't make more. Is as much as possible. I say as much as possible because we each have a different walk. We each have different responsibility. We each, for some of us, it might be not only our children, it might be parents, it might be nieces, nephews, who knows, even an aunt that you're helping taking care of. But look at your life as such. Is that, do I want to still be part of the helter-skelter? If I don't want to be part of the helter-skelter, what could I do now in order to help me to get to that spot? At times, we look at the whole big picture and it becomes overwhelming. Well, I have to do this. I have to sell the house. I will have to give up the job. This big. Look at what you could do now. It might be a case of when you leave work, you leave the work at work. You don't get into a conversation with your friend at work to talk about what this body do in HR or what this body do. No, when you away from work, let work stay at work. This one of the little ways you're getting into that soft spot or the soft life because you're reducing the amount of stress that you're bringing in the house. You know the things that you're doing. You know what you could, if you start looking at it, you could just start letting these stuff go. It might be a case, if it's a job, you start looking at your finances. A lot of time, everyone thinks they cannot. I'm not saying there isn't really, really serious cases where you just need a second job. And they have some cases that you could let a second job go or reduce the hours. Because when we're trying to make everything happen, that means we're not leaning on God. Just turn to Him. Ask for the guidance. Put everything out on the table. I want to change. Father, I don't know how. And based upon what I've seen and all of these responsibilities, I don't see it possible. Father, please help me. Please reveal to me, give me clarity about situation. Please reveal to me new ways that I am not thinking that it is possible for me to change in order me to live the life that you designed me for. And remember, when you see me being busy, busy means you're being on the Satan yoke. There is it, because no busy person could tick all the boxes. And in most cases, it's that their family is the one who suffer. The thing that is most important, they lose time, they lose everything because you're being busy. Ask God to help in the areas. Let him reveal ways in which you could able to enjoy the life that he blessed you with. That you will able to take time to take care of the vessel that he gave you in order to be his foot soldier. That thing had me thinking, God was the original soft life. Because as I said, we were designed to be hanging out in the Garden of Eden. Well, but that's why I like a bench. And that's why I do not like skydiving or all the other activities. I like to sit on a bench and enjoy a garden. It's a perfect way to spend the day. So ask God. He will show you in what way you will be able to enjoy your soft life. If you are new to this channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. A returning subscriber or visitor, welcome also. If this video or any of the other videos on this channel is of helpful to you, please share. And you know what? Have space. Why not join the team? Turn on your notification button so YouTube will let you know when a new video is uploaded and you will be able to enjoy it. Remember, talk to your Father about everything. Even if you are seeing the soft life in your eyes, let this video be something additional for you to talk to him about. And he will reveal to you. So take care and have a blessed day. Bye.